These days, going to the cinema is an exciting experience. You've got stuff like 3D and surround sound to hook you into the story you're watching on the screen. But did you know that back in the day, films didn't used to have any sound at all? Those days are mostly long gone now, but one young guy is desperate to bring them back. Here's Emma.
Turn it around, look through the viewfinder and point it at me. Okay, turn it around.
Meet Henry. He's a movie director in the making.
Focus the camera. Cut. All right, awesome.
He's already made a few short films, but his latest one is a little different. It's a silent film. That's right, no one speaks during the entire thing. But why would you want to make a movie without any talking? Well, silent films were really popular in the early 1900s. They didn't have any sound because back then they didn't have the technology to record the actors' voices. Instead, filmmakers used music to create the mood. Eventually, films with words, nicknamed talkies, replaced silent films. Now, they're hardly made anymore. Henry decided to make a silent film after hearing about an international competition. But making a silent movie is harder than you might think.
I had to try and convey a story through the visuals alone and not through dialogue, which was something that I wasn't used to.
First, he had to think of a storyline that fitted with the music he was given.
There were a few different categories of music that you could choose from to make your film to, stuff like mystery themes, romance themes, action, horror.
Henry chose romance. Next, he had to map out his idea on a storyboard. Then he had to cast actors, an important decision in a silent film. You might have heard of a guy called Charlie Chaplin. He was a legendary silent film actor because he was so good at getting his moods and feelings across on screen without using any words. And that's what Henry needed.
Okay, if it helps, run up to her. Do a run up and say, hey, can you help me out? All right, ready?
He had to direct his actors to do what he wanted. But he was lucky because the actors were his friends.
For example, when I wanted James to look frustrated, I'd tell him to emulate the face that he always gave me whenever he had a 3,000-word essay due the next day that he hadn't started yet.
Once Henry edited the film, he entered it and won first prize of $1,000.
So I didn't expect to win, so it was more of a surprise.
Henry's now packing his bags to head off to the US for the international finals.
My film will be screened again on a bigger screen this time, but against the winners of all the other competitions around the world.
And after that?
10 years in the future, hopefully I'll be working at a studio helping to produce Hollywood movies or big budget movies, and maybe 25 years in the future I could be learning how to direct some of them myself.